is a brief video on our common law website, CLCI. You can see it there above this side. It's back to front on the camera. CLCI Australia, Common Law Court International Australia.com, CLCI. And I'm just going to give you a brief run through how to download the paperwork about fines and paperwork you send when you get an invitation to do business in on their ships in dry dock, how to avoid being taken in. Anyway, it's a brief story. So let's have a look at the website, guys. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe. We do need some help, and that's on the website as well. And get yourself an ID card, because if you turn up in court, you can't prove that you're a man unless you've got identification. It's common sense. If you're pulled over by the constabulary and they ask you for identification, what are you going to show them? Your driving license? You may have to show it anyway, but you're contracting, so get out of the contract with the fictional system. Anyway, I'm not going to keep on rabbiting. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again soon. Pop across to the website now. Bye. Well, let's look at the Common Law Court International. This is our website. The front page really doesn't say a great deal, but we'll look onto videos. We try and update this as much as possible. It just means I have to send it to somebody else and somebody else puts it up. So it's not as easy as it looks, but we're getting there one day at a time. These are the videos if you want to know what's going on. And sadly, I keep getting requests. What's common law all about? Well, it's all on here. And if you don't find it on here, you will find it on YouTube. Just type in the word Lundov. It's on all the videos at the end here, or on Rumble as well, but mostly on YouTube. So this basically explains what's going on. Here's a beautiful video you need to see. This one here absolutely explains common law. So I suggest you guys have a look at it rather than asking the question, what's it all about? Just come onto YouTube and type in Lundov News. It'll come up. Okay. So we'll go on, as we said, we just looked at videos. Indictments. Now, an indictment means somebody has a case to answer. It doesn't mean they're guilty. It's not making that statement. It means there's a case to answer. So let's look at our indictments. Again, it says that does not mean guilt or innocence. Now, not everybody on here will be followed up with a court case, because it's just a little bit out of our control. We're not big enough to handle it, but we have already indicted a number of people here. There's some who needs to be indicted more than others. Well, Lisa Neville was not only indicted, but she was convicted and sentenced to 20 years by the Common Law Court jury of her peers in June. Who else? This guy here was sentenced to 25 years. He's this one here has resigned, and this one here has resigned. He was sent down for 25 years by the Common Law Court jury. This guy is indicted, as you can see. This Galar here, or excuse for a human being, was indicted and convicted. His paperwork is in The Hague. Sadly, there's a war on at the moment, so The Hague is more tied up with war crimes than anything else at present, so we're not expecting too much. And this Galar here, not only is he convicted by a common law court, but he should be in the statutory system. He's bad news. This guy here is indicted. We haven't finished him off. We haven't gone to it. This here, James Warburton, is the CEO of Channel 7 News. He was indicted and convicted just recently. Paperwork has not yet been served on him. So that's our indictment page. As I said, not everybody is guilty there, but there are a few are, and they've resigned from the Victorian Corporation, which is not a government. It's just a joke. So let's head up back to IDs. Now, why would anybody need an ID? Well, if you turn up in the statute system and you ask for identification, what are you going to show? Your driving license, healthcare card, your contracting. So if you want to stay out of contract, and only fools remember, and corporations go to court. The I just puts your family name. It's not, when it's in brackets, it's not part of the document. Goodman in capital letters. You get that on your grave, capital letters. That's just an old photograph of it. When I was a young kid in the army, and then it's not my name either. It's just John Michael, and the family name goes in there. The rest is, look these words up. What Consul General means. What's sending state? LBE's live birth event. That's, you may not find that, but it just says date of birth in brackets. So it's an address. Barcode, all the IDs, I send them out in registered envelopes, so that the barcode which stays with you forever, and that's the back page, signed by John Michael, what the common law. Now, to contact us for the common law court, don't fill in all this rubbish here. It just annoys me. Just go on here, londonnews@gmail, copy that and send me an email with the basic requirements, and I will send you a copy to have a look at. Now, to contact us, again, forget this rubbish. I'll have to ask our dear friend to remove this. Just go on here. Common law court, just send us an email. Anything to do with common law, send it on there. Anything to do with IDs, it goes to London News, right? Okay, that's that page. About this page, well, this one here just tells you the truth about what's going on in common law, what it's all about. A few more explanations. This, not a great deal there. Okay, and then we'll cross over. This is one that a lot of people want to know about. No, they don't. People don't want to donate so much because money is scarce, and it's very scarce in the foundation at the moment. We need to put a vehicle on the road. Without the vehicle, we're just hearsay. Our achievements are not visible, and they need to be visible, right? Now, don't bother filling in a lot of rubbish. Just go straight to your bank account, put in the BSB number and the account number, and we've already said thank you, and send us. Some people, or a couple of people, are sending us $10 a month. Now that is really dedicated, and you'll probably find the people who have money to donate won't donate at all. So just send us a few quid, guys. It's very important. I mean, the office alone is only a little one, and we have to pay rent, and then we had to set it up. Even everything in it would cost $500 or $600, printer and stuff, set it up, and we have donations for computers and stuff, but we need a bit more. Anyway, this is the one a lot of people want: documents. Now, this first document is when you get an invitation to do business on the vessel and dry dock, which is a summons. And a summons is an invitation to do business. And you accept it by turning up there. You are guilty as soon as you enter onto their ship and dry dock, and that's a court. You have no other sight. They've gone so bad on this private company, the Justice Department, that the prosecutor, which interviews you at first, and he wants to plea a guilty or not guilty, and they will not let you into court. They'll do it, and then they'll postpone it. It's gone beyond the word woke. It's pathetic. It's sick, and it's sad. The word justice is an insult to justice itself. Now, with the knowledge of claim, minors make claims. So now, very important, download from the top. Here, if you download from the bottom, it comes down in PDF, which is useless. You can't fill it in. Download from the top, and you can fill in with your name, the knowledge of fact, and so on and so forth. Principal, very important. Say you are going to accept their summons, but you're going to turn up as the principal, not the defendant or the dead man, but the deceased estate, in brackets. Always put the family name in brackets in capital letters, with a claim of knowledge of wrongdoing in fictional case. And it just goes on there. Go back down here and autograph it as the principal for the deceased estate. Don't forget the name. Autograph it, principal, without prejudice, very important. Look it up if you don't understand, rather than me waffling to tell you what it means, and then just look at the next page. Very important. Put a line from the top down to the bottom. And I'll have to go back. And then put a stamp at 40, right? Put a stamp on there. It says 4 cents. You won't find one these days, but $1, whatever it is. Sign ahead 45 degrees. But run the line down to the bottom of this page here and put the stamp at the bottom. And now it becomes under the bill of landing. So they can't really interfere with that because it's in the post. Now there's 2 more documents on fines. That's the second one you send out. The first one is where you tell Corey McKenzie at the moment, they keep changing the directors. They now shut Fines Victoria down, and they've gone under the Justice Department. And this lady here is McKenzie. She's the secretary for Fines Victoria, and she's responsible to the minister who just resigned, Lisa Neville. who's convicted by the common law court. So they'll have somebody else. Well, they got somebody else already. So what you're doing, you're going to promise these people that you're going to pay, provided they can answer the following questions, but they can't. And down, just carry on, just go to read the thing, put your name in, download again from the top, very important, in PDF. Now, the next page at the back, which this is the crunch. You're telling this Corey McKenzie, failure to reply within a period of 28 days will be seen as an accord of satisfaction. And then you autograph it without prejudice. Now, they will not reply back to you. They will do everything to get out of this. They will, because your paperwork goes to a machine. Now, you registered this one, a registered envelope, so you can prove that you rebutted this on the particular day. That's very important. And send it to the physical address. Okay. Now, it goes in, and, you know, they've got a lot of people working there who really don't know what day of the week it is. Well, maybe they do. Then you go back. They'll send the computer. It's really a computer you're dealing with. You just press the next button. Then you send this one, and you don't have to register this. Just send this one in. Say that they failed to. There's an accord of satisfaction has been reached. So no competent or realistic court can do anything to, because you rebutted and they failed to reply within a period of 28 days. And that's basically what the paperwork is all about. And just pop on here, send us, don't forget, guys, send us a few donations, wherever you can, or on a permanent basis or semi-permanent basis, wherever you want. But do help us. These letters are very important if you want to go to courts. Remember, you only go to court as a last resort, because they're not courts. They're just private companies. If you really need help, we'll be able to help you very, very shortly. You can actually email us, but at the moment, we'll just set up. In the next few weeks, we will be running, and you will be able to help a lot of people with a lot of problems. Anyway, I hope you liked our little website. We will improve it as time goes by. Thanks for watching, guys.